Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the local bourse that has extended the gains that we had seen in yesterday's session. I think we did have green screens. Yes, we did have green screens there yesterday, but obviously not as much as we are seeing yesterday, trading around that 90,000 point level. Of course, in economic data, we did get the producer price inflation showing the same trend as consumer inflation for March, cooling it down there. Of course, in geopolitics, we have gotten a visit from Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. They're having talks with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa on a bilateral cooperation. Looking at the all share, up by almost 0.8%, that largely being led by the financial 15 climbing almost 1.5%. Again, on the industrial 25 of almost 0.9%, but backing that trend is the resources 10 complex declining 0.15%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets stateside, and over there we are seeing a tech firing on, even though we did get China overnight saying that there are no talks, trade talks happening between it and the US. Of course, we know that markets had been quite optimistic due to there seeming to be talks taking place, negotiations taking place between the two superpowers. But of course, a lot of volatility and a lot of uncertainty, and we'll see what happens in the next few days. Now, as I mentioned, the tech-heavy Nasdaq leading in those gains. They're climbing more than 1.5%. S&P 500 eking out gains of 1.3%, and the Dow up by almost 2/3%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic, and we're also still digesting company news. And we did get a Gucci owner, Kering, posting first quarter sales that surprised to the downside, and of course investors are punishing that stock with its shares slumping on the results. The S&P 500 up by almost 0.1%, the CAC 40 with a gain of more than 0.25%, and the DAX popping by more than 0.5%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies, remaining pretty, actually not stable. It has weakened against the US dollar almost 1%, 18 rand 80. Of course, I think yesterday it was at around the 1860 levels. The rand against the pound at 25 rand 2 cents, and against the euro at 21 rand 37. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.13, pound dollar at 1.33, and the yen just below 143 against the US dollar.